gentlemen, it's about to go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts, RGX, Great Wrestle, and Frozzy, representing Honor Club, and you're watching HCW.
Welcome everyone, this is RGX, your host as always for the HCW Show. We have our co-hosts with us as always of Frozzy and Great Wrestle. How are you doing, guys?
All good. Another long shift down, straight into a podcast. I think this is like Tuesday, Thursday life, so I'm getting used to it now.
How about yourself, Ray?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I've got 2 days off work now. That's going to be swell. And then I've got like 3 days in, and I'm off for the week. So that's going to be great as well.
Nice.
Okay. So we won't hang about because it's quite a big news story that we need to cover, unfortunately. But Jeff Hardy, currently of AEW, former WWE champion, has been arrested last night due to DUI. He was charged in Volusia County, Florida on 3 charges. Violating restrictions placed on license. So he was supposed to have one of those kind of interlocking keys that you basically have to pass a breathalyzer in order to start the engine.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those cars. Used to just be a rental. Driving while his license is cancelled, suspended or revoked. I even remember him saying on the Unrestricted podcast that he was going to be getting his wheels back soon.
Nope.
So that's not happening. And it's his 3rd DUI in 10 years. What was really quite concerning is in Florida, the legal limit is a 0.08. Now, for context, in the UK, or at least in Scotland, it's 0.05, which is basically a pint.
Yeah.
However, Jeff, when he was breathalyzed at the roadside and then back at the station, in fact, their blood alcohol tests, their actual blood tests, came in at 0.294 and 0.291, which is 3.7 times the limit. So this all came about because there was 911 cars calls regarding a white car that was swerving and running off the roadway, and police observed that and pulled them over. When they did ask him to step out of the vehicle, he was in a confused state. Having watched the video, which was posted by TMZ Sports, he does claim that he was on the way home so he could attend a brain scan, see a neurologist. I don't know if that was technique to try and get him out of it, to cover for the incoherence. No idea. But yeah, obviously Jeff has a sadly long and storied history with this kind of stuff. We'd even been saying on the show recently he hasn't looked or sounded right. We talked that it wasn't that, it was causing it, and we didn't want to believe that would be the case. At least speaking for myself, that I certainly had in the back of my mind, but hoped and was 90% sure it wasn't. They relapsed again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a harrowing situation. What's your thoughts on it, guys?
I just think, like, now when you look back at it with the WWE situation, and they just let him go, it kind of tells a story that it's probably going back months rather than weeks. I know we've only been commenting on it for weeks, but clearly now something has not been right for a long time.
for yourself, right?
Yeah, like I said, we've been mentioning it. Like we thought it was just being sluggish, but it's obviously something's been going on in general, and they've tried to hide it, but clearly now they probably shouldn't have.
It's just a sad situation because on his day, the guy's one of the best entertainers in the world. And yeah, he just doesn't seem to be able to get his head straight no matter how much help he gets. So,
What I did notice when TMZ published the story, they published the police report as well, with none of his personal details redacted. So it had his full home
Yeah.
address, his date of birth,
yeah,
next of kin contact number.
Yep.
It's all published online. Thankfully, I believe they've taken the tweet down now, but that has made the rounds so much now.
so the damage is done there. So,
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get the story up as quick as possible, so they didn't even think about it. I'm guessing.
Obviously, this happened about 9:20 US time, which is Eastern Standard, so that would have been after midnight here.
yeah.
So
Like,
a lot of the likes of AEW and stuff haven't been in a position to release a statement until this afternoon. Tony Khan issued a statement earlier, and I'll read it here. So if you see me glancing over to that side, that's why. In fact, I'll move my camera. He said in the tweet, "We were able to resume contact with Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behaviour. We've made it clear to Jeff that we'll assist him in getting treatment for substance abuse issues, which he has indicated he's open to receiving. In the interim, he is suspended without pay and can only return to AEW upon successfully completing treatment, maintaining sobriety." And it includes the phone number for the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Charity for America. Obviously, if anyone is suffering with substance abuse issues in our audience, the UK side, there is resources available like Samaritans. I'll post some links in the description. Matt Hardy also very shortly ago released a statement as well on Twitter, saying, "It was disheartening to hear the news about my brother yesterday. Recovery isn't a linear process, and I'll continue doing whatever I can to help my brother be healthy. Being healthy and well is the most important thing for Jeff, his wife, his children, and our family at this time." It's a more passionate response to the situation than Rebby Hardy showed. I'm not gonna go over exactly what happened, but she posted a TikTok basically praying that Matt Hardy her husband doesn't get injured in the match, and it finishes on a Tiger King quote with a caption of Jeff. Not going to say what the quote says for reasons of keeping the video monetized, or at least the potential down the line. We're nowhere near that stage yet.
Soon, boys. I'm going to retire soon, that's what I want.
At this rate, we'll retire in our late 70s.
Longer than my actual retirement.
So, yeah, it's a really messed up situation. There's no word at all in at least officially, that the Triple Threat Tag Team Ladder match for Dynamite tomorrow has been cancelled or not.
They're not advertising it now, though, are they?
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
They pulled all advertising for it, but they've not come out and outright stated it's cancelled. If Jeff's suspended without pay, then I'd imagine it'll either just be two of them or
they'll throw someone in for that.
It's got to be a random person.
Which team wasn't pinned in that triple threat last time with Team Taz and Swerve and Strickland?
If Wasn't it Team Taz? I'm sure it was Team Taz weren't pinned. I'm sure it was Swerve that got pinned.
Yeah, then fighting with Team Taz, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're determined on having a triple threat ladder match anyway. Or you have Matt find a partner. Maybe Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Or Christian. That'll be the.
That would be something.
Yeah. That's how you book a show, Tony.
Did you know Christian is a former world champion, but not Matt? At least if you don't count the ECW.
Yeah.
And speaking of them, we are starting our new weekly segment for the month of June/July, and that is going to be TierMaker Tuesdays, or more realistically, Tuesday night, Wednesday when it's been edited and uploaded.
Oh, I thought you were going to call it Tuesday Night Tears then. I was going to be really excited, that name, Tuesday Night Tears. Oh.
We'll have to get that copyrighted.
So by the power of magic and future editing, I will quickly do this little bit of magic here. So, ta-da! Every single WWE champion in history, and I'm not just talking at WWE champions, I am including world champions, universal champions, basically any WWE top title is in this list. And you'll see there, I have all the champions at the bottom there. Now, I'm using 5 general rules when discussing these, and this is what we'll kind of base our decisions on. Number 1 was their longevity as champion. The shorter they've held the title, like cumulatively, then it's more likely they're going to be ranked lower. Their legacy in the business, so how well they're remembered. Were they a large part of the era that they're from? How good they were for like where they are draw. So did they move the needle for the company during that time? And some people like to separate art from the artist, but I have to include their personal, like, personal circumstances and
Were they a scumbag or not, basically?
yeah, essentially. So that's why Benoit on here is he's not even on it. I've got him down as vacant. So when you see that come up, that's why. So vacant does have the most combined title reigns. Like far outstrips Ric Flair. And yeah, final criteria is it's our opinion. This isn't like a matter of fact, it's not like a mathematical scale. It's our opinion at the end of the day. So if you disagree with the placement on this list, then by all means tell us in the comments. Like we want to know your opinions. And play along at home. I will of course post the link not only in here but in the various Discord channels that we operate in. So with that housekeeping out of the way, we'll start with our first one, which is Bruno Sammartino.
What are the actual tiers? Have you mentioned what the tiers are? Because I can't see them.
Oh, yes, it is. So normally these are like A, B, C, D, and F. I've got it as legendary, great, good, meh, and awful. So like they were actively bad for the business when they had the title.
Nah, okay.
So someone that's not memorable, no. Someone that like wins the belt and does something horrific, or actively turns people off to the product. then that's where we go.
Okay. I'll try and remember them.
So, the man with the longest reign combined, Mr. Sammartino. Where do we go with him? I'm thinking legendary because he's like the first name that comes up. He has like the longest combined reigns. Over like 7 years.
It's not like he did anything outrageous or anything like that. He's always like well respected, still is. Yeah. That for me is a no-brainer.
Well, when you've had it for like 2,800 days, you kind of
You're there, aren't you?
you're there, and he's beat a who's who of like the legends at that point in time.
Yeah. And it's not like it wasn't a ticket draw for all that time neither. They were selling tickets. So
Massive draw for that whole period.
Yeah.
He defended it so much.
Yeah.
For me, legendary.
So these aren't in any particular order because TierMaker tends to randomize the order at the bottom of the screen whenever you go into it. So next up we have Dean Ambrose, now Mox in AEW. I'm tempted to go meh.
Yeah.
Because Dean Ambrose is such a better challenger than he was ever as a champion.
Yeah, better choice.
Is meh the lowest ranking?
No, awful is actively bad for the title and or the company. Meh is just not very memorable or average.
Yeah. I think not. Because like you said,
meh.
when he faces, he's good. But then when he's got it, it's just like, well, I'm not really that interested in him now because he's won it.
His whole title reign was against the Shield. I've just looked it up. Every match was against the one member of the Shield, except when he lost it.
Yeah. It's just, it's one of them that if we weren't talking about it, I'd forget he even held it.
Yeah, no, I always forget. Yeah, I would put it meh. It wasn't bad for the company, but it wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't a memory.
This next one's a controversial inclusion. Andre the Giant. Right, he is listed in
He had it for a day,
Wikipedia. Yep, he is listed in Wikipedia as a former WWE champion, despite how he got it.
Yeah, didn't he buy it off? He gave it to Ted DiBiase?
Yeah.
You can't even, it's bad, but you can't even put it as meh, can you? It's a day and he sold it.
Yeah. It's awful then, isn't it? It's got to be awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
But his legacy in the business.
Yeah, but it's a day. I think even the legacy in the business and the title for a day. You know, it's kind of like, it's not good for the...
It's not even like he held it and lost it in a match.
Yeah, he sold it within like an hour. Like, it was like 10 minutes or something silly, wasn't it? I'm sure it wasn't even a day.
Obviously, the length of his reign and how he won it knocks him down a lot, but we have to remember this is across 5.
What are the other ones? Legacy's fair enough, he's got a massive legacy. Total-wise, his pants. What are the other 3? I'm going to note these down, hold on. I'm going to put a notepad here just so I remember them. So what's the tier list? It's legendary...
Legendary, great, good, awful.
Awful, yeah. And then the capacities are so tenure, legacy, tenure of the title. I'm just going to write here.
Moving the needle.
Moving the needle, so it did nothing for that.
The title reign didn't, but the superstar did.
Yeah, so legacy, I'd say he's got a legacy. So tenure of title is terrible. Moving the needle, I don't think it really did much. Is there any other categories you say, Zara?
Our personal opinion.
Personal opinion. Yeah, in essence, 3 out of 1, I'll go with legacy. Like, Andre the Giant was massive, but like the other 3, it did nothing.
Yeah,
so is it legacy enough to push it to a meh?
Yeah, I would say so. I would feel terrible putting Andre the Giant in the awful section.
You don't even know his name! It's up to you, Frosty. You've got the tiebreaker.
I think it's difficult. I'd go meh, just based off the metrics. I think it's fair.
Okay. The one that clearly isn't meh, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Legendary.
I think it's a very obvious legendary.
I'd
Yeah.
go meh. No, yeah.
Remember, we're trying to be PG, right? I nearly, I
yeah.
nearly slipped.
Yeah, no,
what?
yeah, it's a legendary title run.
I'm just going to start throwing watts out.
What?
No, not here. In fact, I might bump him down to great just for the watching.
Legacy ruined.
Next up, we have Bob Backlund.
He
Very
had
long
a
reign.
massive reign, yeah.
Very long reign. But I don't remember it. Any of it.
No. No. I'd say, in terms of tenure, it's good. In terms of legacy, he is still talked about, so it's good. Did he move the needle? Did he?
He
had it
stopped.
for
He stopped.
2,000 days, didn't he? So it was for 5 years.
He stopped the needle dropping off.
Yeah. Or did he? He didn't move it back, did he? So he got it when it was going downhill, and then he kept it, but it never really increased.
I'm tempted to go good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably agree, yeah.
And that's off his length of reign alone, pretty much.
Yeah, and then obviously...
He was far more entertaining after he retired.
Based off the fact that we give Andrew meh, he has to be good.
Yeah, because we based Andrew more on legacy. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not nothing to do with the title. Whereas Bob Backlund had tenure, and he's also his legacy's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he has to be good or great. Like, I'm happy to put him in good. We can move these around. I'm assuming when we look at the list and go, hold on. We'll probably have to move some of these up.
Yeah, if we get down to like halfway through the list and we're, oh wait, we can't put him there and not him.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah.
So
That literally, we've done that 3 people in with Bob Backlund, 4 people in. He's literally in good because he checked more of the list than Andrew the Giant.
Yeah.
Benoit, awful. All in agreement.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I don't even want to talk about it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, Big E.
Big E. Meh.
I would put him in meh, yeah. Like, he's started the tenure. I can't remember most of it. It's been that recent, I can't remember most of the fucking... It
was a feel-good moment, and that was what it was. It was a moment. His reign wasn't anything to write home about. And I don't even think his legacy's complete yet, because he's still got years in him. Well, when he gets back, he's still got years in him.
And his matches were proper. Like, I was just checking them out. All 4 of them were on Raw, total defenses and stuff like that. It's just, meh. It wasn't a bad thing. It didn't push the needle, and the legacy isn't there for it.
No.
Fair enough. Big Show.
I honestly forgot that was a thing.
I remember we're including world champion in this as well.
I remember it was HCW champion. Was that a thing? Was he ECW champion? He was, yeah.
It was. Yeah, he won the Extreme Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. No, he was WWF champion as well in like...
Yeah, he's won the championship a lot, to be fair. He's won it twice WWE-wise, and he's won the heavyweight twice.
He lost it on Raw, I remember. I remember him losing it on Raw.
Yeah.
That was years ago. That was when the Stephanie and Triple H thing was starting to be a thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to go meh on that.
Yeah, because he's got a legacy if you go there. But the tenure of the total, if you go in essence his tenure of total, because one of these are WCW, and some try and knock the mix it, so that was WCW. Yeah. So 2 of them were 72 days, and the WWE champion was 78 days, so 4 total reigns are 150 days. So in essence, it's a long tenure, but over 4, so no. Yeah, meh.
Yeah, I'm with you, meh.
And the people that he lost the title to are far more memorable than the ones he won it from.
Yep.
Next up is Braun Strowman. Or Adam Scher, as he's going by now.
I'll just throw it out there now. Awful.
Yeah, if we're gonna get awful, like, because we're gonna put too many people in meh at this point. There's got to be a boundary between Andre the Giant and Braun Strowman and Bob Backlund. There's got to be.
I think it's awful purely because I think WWE got this wrong rather than
To be
anything.
fair, there will be some people I'm sure will watch this and go, awful, really? He was only in that WrestleMania match because Roman was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, oh God, have we got anyone? And then they put in the most lackluster match possible because Goldberg wasn't interested in working with Strowman.
Yeah.
And it lost it without even being pinned.
No, yeah, it's got to be. I'm going awful. I can't go anywhere above it. I can't.
Yeah.
And it was hampered with being right at the start of the pandemic era, yes. And viewers were tuning out in their droves anyway, but you certainly weren't doing anything to stop that happening by putting the belt on Braun. Choo choo.
When they used to put that on, that was so. Oh, he used to run around the ring and he used to play the choo choo. It was like, oh, get great.
Okay, one I would go as far to say is I'll say right now, great or legendary, superstar Billy Graham.
Good grief!
Like he was the original blueprint of the tall blonde muscle man oozing in charisma. Set the template for Hulkamania that would follow. Like, wasn't that long a reign, like for its time anyway.
Yeah.
But just for his impact on the business and the direction that he sent the business on in its biggest boom period. Yes, Hogan was the one that carried the torch to bring it into that, but Hogan was copying everything that superstar Billy Graham did.
I've just finished the Hulk Hogan book. He disagrees.
Oh, I know. And
Brother.
Billy Graham's called him out on it numerous times as well.
Yeah, he's Billy Graham's got a legacy. The total 10 years not that long. It's still nearly a year, but like in essence of that time period, it's not long. And if you can, you can say it's needle moving. I'd probably go great.
Yeah, I'm torn between great and legendary, but if you guys are thinking great, I'll kowtow to it. I'll go great.
I think great, but then as the list goes on, we might.
Probably awful.
He could be a mover.
So, I don't know if we're going to get there anytime soon. However, Braun Strowman.
What?
I'm including his runs as the Fiend as well.
Oh, Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
That makes my you said Braun
Bray
Strowman. That really threw me then. I was like, hold on.
Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. I just don't think he was helped by his gimmicks were good. Champion gimmicks, no. I don't think I'd put it in meh. I didn't like any of his reigns.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking as well, great character, bad champion.
Yeah, you just some characters don't need a world championship, and he was one of them. And yeah, I think it was more of a detriment to him than it was anything else. It didn't help him. I just think he was better without a belt.
So next up is one of my favourites of all time. I am tempted to put him legendary right off the bat.
I'm going great already.
But let's go with Bret Hart.
Yeah, it has to be legendary. It has to be.
Kicked off the new era. As I say, he's my favourite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's got everything because he's got legacy. He was the needle mover at that time. He had it for like 700 days in essence in 5 rounds.
And it's massively overshadowed because of the Montreal Screwjob. but the Heart Foundation stuff was incredible. Like, I've been rewatching a lot in 1997, and there is nobody else on this planet that can get booed out of a building in 70% of venues and cheered like a god in the other 30%.
Yeah, like I'm just watching I've just watched WrestleMania 97, so I'm pretty much on the heel turn now.
Yeah, it's pretty glorious. Like mid to late 97 is incredible stuff. Once you get past the Patriot title feud, anyway.
Legendary.
Yeah, no doubts. Bret Hart, legendary.
This one, in my opinion on it, might be a bit controversial. But I would put Brock Lesnar at great or legendary as well. Because you cannot deny that in an era where ratings were dipping, that every time Brock was on screen or at an arena, sold out guaranteed. And he was a massive draw.
I think the problem with his tenure of the championship is that most of it was off screen. That's my problem with it, is that he held the titles for so long because he wasn't at TV every week. I feel like if he'd have been there every week, his reigns might not have been so long. I don't know.
Yeah, like his early heavyweight championship stuff, he was there continuously, but he did win it 3 times at that point in like 2 years.
The 2 years he did.
And then he's won the title 6 times since then, from 2018 2022, and he wasn't appearing on TV at all for half of that time.
Yeah. So I think if I was ever going to knock him down for anything, it'd be that. But at the same time, he's got a legacy across multiple sports.
Yeah.
So, based on the part-timership, then, will we drop it to great as opposed to legendary?
I would do that, yeah.
Most of the good reigns have been while he's been part-time, so a lot of the time the title's been off TV, and I just don't like that. So.
Yeah, great.
No worries. So we'll speed things up a little bit and get into a bit of a quick-fire round.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson in AEW.
I would say good.
Yeah, I would go good. In winning, it was a great moment, but I can't even picture after his title without looking at.
Yeah, as like the whole moment in New Orleans was great, but the reign as it was good.
Yeah, all of his title reigns weren't that impressive. It was more, but he created such big moments when he won it, so he doesn't deserve me. He's definitely a good tier, I would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first ever champion, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. I'm between great and legendary. What about you guys?
See, I don't know much about it, I'll be honest. Like, I've heard things about it and stuff like that, so I wouldn't go like. There's a legacy there, but I don't know much anymore, so I'd go great just of ignorance.
Yeah, mine would be sheer ignorance. I've heard the name, I've heard people talk about him, and so the legacy is obviously there, but I don't know enough to be like, that guy's legendary.
Yeah, that guy's as good as Sammartino or Hart.
It's actually the case with Buddy Rogers that the more you know about how he became the first champion, it actually knocks it more down, because it was essentially just a political decision.
Right.
Because he was NWA champ and WWF wanted to break away at that point. So basically took the NWA World Champion, made him the WWF champion, and withdrew from the NWA. So it's very much a political.
Yeah, politicky that, isn't
it? I would say a guaranteed legendary John Cena. I will not hear any argument against it, really. Yes, loads of fire.
Do not like John Cena.
Many people don't like John Cena.
As a person, nice guy.
Wonderful. He's an absolute wonderful human being.
Yeah. Plus, he fits all 3 of the categories, so I can't argue.
I'm not going to deny he's legendary. Just personal opinion. Don't really like him. I just get bored watching John Cena.
So, manager of Jungle Express, 3-time TNA/Impact Wrestling champion, and former world champion Christian.
Meh.
Nah, better chaser than he was a champion.
Because he was never like the top champion, he was always the secondary champion.
Yeah,
I'll go meh. But I can't say it wasn't memorable because he's won more match stuff with Randy Orton.
He's not a guy you'd think of. If you list champions, you don't go, oh yeah, Christian. Oh, yeah, he's just not that guy you think is a champion, unfortunately.
Oh, don't worry, there's a few of those on this list. There you go, oh yeah. Alberto Del Rio, awful.
yeah, get rid. You shouldn't even get rid on
the tenure isn't there. The moving needle wasn't there, and his legacy's kind of tarnished now, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough.
Kind of.
Yeah, I want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
No, it's that guy.
Yep.
DiBiase. I've included it. I've included it. It's on the Wikipedia, even if WWE don't recognise it.
So from our standards, we're going meh, aren't we? Because if it's the same thing as the Andre the Giant, he gave Andre the Giant, no, the way around, yeah. He's got the legacy.
I'll put him right next to Andre, since the two title rings were essentially one and the same.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Meh. I'm sure that meh.
That was bad. That was a bad decision.
It could even be awful thinking about it. Like, he never pulled anything. His legacy's there because he's Big Daddy Cool, so that might pull him out of the bin. And then, I'd go meh because I can't. Yeah, it wasn't a bad.
To me,
the legacy's there.
He did a lot more after being WWE champion.
Yeah.
Look at NWO. Yeah, that's the.
I mean, we can go meh, but for a personal description, awful.
I was going to go good, but I think you're right.
We beat him down there, didn't we?
Drew, sorry, Tori, but for me, it's good.
He had some great matches, though. He did have some good matches as champion.
Yep, his Royal Rumble win, like seeing someone new win it, showed Brock Lesnar up to look like a little kid. I was going to say something else.
Yeah.
And looked credible as champ.
Yeah.
I don't just say that because the half of the cat house Glasgow.
Yeah, you got to also look at if we're putting Big E as a meh champion at the moment, then Drew McIntyre's definitely had a better reign.
Yeah.
Legacy at the moment. So yeah, and he's definitely going to win the title at Castle.
And the fact when you think about it as well with Drew McIntyre, he came in very early and very young and was given that title of being the chosen one. He went away, came back, and became the chosen one. I mean, the whole story behind it's great.
And what he did outside of WWE as well, like the HCW and stuff like that was good.
Yeah, he went and just found himself, became a better wrestler, and he was already good. But he became better and learned everything he needed to learn and became a good WWE champion.
Yeah, he's good, and I think he could become great.
He's not over yet, is he? Legacy's not done.
So next up, we have Eddie Guerrero. As far as his reigns go, there were kind of memorable moments, but not. It wasn't a long reign.
Yeah. I would go good.
Yeah.
Because legacy's there. That's all it is.
And what's the fact that we don't know what kind of potential we would have had for future reigns?
Yeah.
The question was taken away from us far too early.
Yep.
So,
definitely.
I'm happy with him going in good. Like, you can't mark it down, but you can't also boost it up just because we don't know.
Yeah.
I'd love to put him in legendary, but
another one I would go with good. In my opinion, he's the greatest transitional champion in history. Edge.
I do like a bit of Edge though.
I like Edge.
What's he saying? Tenure-wise, I could swip him into great here.
I would have said great.
Yeah, I could swoosh him into great. I'm gonna be biased and I'm gonna have a look first.
He's what,
So
14
he's
time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's World Heavyweight Champion 7, WWE 4,
It's 11 time world champion.
11 time, and then he's won it 402 and 139. So that's 541 for 11. Oh, that's not great. Like, but his legacy's there. I don't know if he was a needle mover either, though.
See, after 2000, anyone that's been like top of the company, like top champion for more than 1 year, like combined, is up there. Because bear in mind, there was times where the WWE world titles like switched in importance depending on what brand they were on.
He had 3 title rounds where there were 29, 21, 21.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like greatest transitional champion history.
Yeah,
because him winning it was super memorable. Who he dropped it to was super memorable.
I can. He's in between good and great for me.
I'm going good. Obviously, we might see stuff later on. It decides to make us decide to pop it up to great.
Yeah. Go on, we'll go with good. I would have said great if we didn't have the argument. But, no, good. Good is fine.
With this next one, I'll remind everyone we're ranking WWE only.
Woo!
Ric Flair.
I knew it instantly.
Hence the caveat.
Oh, I could still whack Flair and great.
It wasn't like the real world champion stick was good, and like the TierMaker memorable way to win it. Didn't hold it that long though.
No. Yeah, he didn't hold it long. It was 118 days, but he.
It's basically Rumble to Mania.
Because obviously the WCW World Heavyweight Championship classed as a WWE title in the end. Is we not classing that as a WWE title?
No. Because if it was the WCW title in WWE.
Okay, so Rock's championships count.
Yeah.
I can't. Ric Flair. I can't see him past below great. It's Ric Flair. Like his legacy is slightly going a bit.
Exactly, we're including legacy in this.
Oh, okay. I'd have to put him great. Look, the title. If it was more title rounds in WWE, I'd go legendary. But look, it wasn't there, and woo.
I think if he hadn't made the jump to WWE, he could have been Spartacus.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I can see the argument for great in terms of the reign of the WWE. Good.
Great.
So, next up, and this is another one that I need to remind you, this is WWE only. So I'm not including his WCW stuff in this discussion. Goldberg.
To confirm, where did we put Flair?
We put him in great.
Excellent.
Goldberg, meh.
Yeah, meh. It wasn't awful. It brought some people back to watch him, I'll be honest. But it was just like 10-second matches, and the legacy's there.
I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't for the Brock Lesnar feud, like the new one, not the old one, I would be putting awful, because in my opinion it did actively more harm to the young superstars. But because of the Brock Lesnar feud and his legacy in general, bumps him up to meh.
Yeah. I think it ruined Kevin Owens for a little bit.
And talking to Kevin Owens, please segue, please. That's the next one.
I can skip him in the queue. If
No.
Yeah,
Go the order.
So next up is Mark Henry. Now, the Hall of Pain was good and memorable. However, he just didn't do much.
He was
he's got to be meh for me.
It was very much. It was very much the second world champion. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
The WWE was a far more important title at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, especially because you're saying if we're going Goods, Backlund, Drew McIntyre, I can't put Mark Henry on that level.
No.
So, what I will say is the mess section is starting to get quite full.
Wrestling!
Is there anyone we want to bump up? Is it to good? As a reminder, we've got Ambrose, Andrew, DiBiase, Big E, Big Show, Bray.
Some of them I'd move down to awful, but we've been panhandled into mess.
I'm tempted to maybe move Big Show up to good just purely on legacy. Because he's so legacy in the business.
But then he just the legacy's there, but then it's also in the same. We put him in the same breath as Bob Backlund and flipping Drew McIntyre's reigns, and then I think
that's why it'll be towards the back of the.
So I think awful should be loaded a bit more, but we're going legacy on Andrew Ted DiBiase.
I'm adding a tier in between meh and awful.
Called Morphle.
Just call it can't be in the bin. It's gone.
I'm not sure about Big Show. I don't think he deserves to move. I'd sooner move someone like Ambrose than move Big Show.
Ambrose is not going anywhere good. That reign's not going near good. Jesus wept.
It was as good as the Big Shows.
No. All in the bin. Just put them all in the bin.
Right.
We have no one in meh.
I've added a new tier in between. It's more meh, but not as bad.
Okay, more meh. We get an Andre the Giant in there. And Ted DiBiase straight away. Because we're going on legacy and that's it. There's day reigns.
Yeah, so I'll put Mark Henry in the more meh, but not as bad.
Yeah, Big Show can stay in meh. And Ambrose can stay in meh. And I don't know who else was in there.
Biggie, Christian, Diesel, and Goldberg.
See, Christian could go in more meh for me as well. We'll carry on for a bit, but depending on what's what, we might move people down.
Yeah.
Triple H. I'm thinking great. Don't need to say why. 14-time world champion. So many memorable feuds and matches for the years. Yes, 2003, 2004 was hard to sit through.
Yeah.
But his legacy, not just for his own career, but the careers he's helped build and establish through the likes of NXT and the people he's put over through the years, your Dave Batistas, your Randy Ortons.
Yeah.
Legendary, actually.
I could push him towards legendary. I could go top of great legendary below. Yeah.
Legendary. Hell with it.
Yeah. Okay.
We can still fit it around as it is, but I put him in legendary. He's needle mover in that essence. The legacy's there, and the total reigns are 14.
So Hulk Hogan, he wasn't such an awful person.
Yeah.
I'd put him legendary. I kind of almost have to because of the.
He is legendary. I can't. Yeah.
But
he's the ultimate needle mover.
Yeah. God, let it be on record. Hogan as a person is trash.
Let it be that my alarm clock's real American right now after reading the book. I wake up to real American.
There's the man from the Brum.
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, let's move on.
5 for your heroes rate. And again, it's not counted by WWE. But it is on Wikipedia. Can you figure out who I'm talking about?
Inoki?
It is Inoki.
Oh! More meh.
I would say, yeah. Based on his legacy alone, but it's not WWE. So more
I think it was paid moves at that point. That was definitely political.
Yeah.
Yeah, his legacy's there. He's a needle mover in Japan, but he wasn't in WWE. In American wrestling. Except for the odd things. I'd put him more there.
I'll let you have that, boys.
Friend of the show, Sheiky Baby, Iron Sheik.
Good.
He was there to get Hulk Hogan over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally it, wasn't it? He didn't do much except
Still
that.
putting him over now on Twitter, isn't
But because he's a friend of the show, I won't put him any lower than me.
Yeah, I'm happy to go with you guys on that.
Yeah, I'm happy to go with Mary's. Reigns better than Andre's.
Especially when next up is Nikita Koloff. So more meh, but not as bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know the Reigns to even tell you anything. I know him, but I don't remember this reign at all.
Again, he was just a transitional heel champ so that San Martino didn't have to lie down for Backlund. Or Zabisco.
When was this? I can't even see it on Cage Match. NWA World Champ, is that what he's classed though? Is that what?
I think it was WWE WF champion, was he not?
It's not listed here.
Or am I getting Nikita and Ivan Koloff mixed up?
It might be Ivan. Now let me have a look at Ivan.
Doesn't help that the way that TierMaker is like cropped the photos.
Ivan was WWE champion, yeah, it's Ivan.
It doesn't help that the way TierMaker is cropped the photo is basically just like bottom of the nose down.
So he had the total 21 days. He defended it 8 times in 21 days of those.
Jeez. Yeah, house shows at MSG, to be fair. Next up is JBL, Wrestling God.
Oh, I have to JBL. I have to whack him good straight away. Oh, I love JBL.
He was such a horrible person, though.
Yeah, person-wise, but that reign, I was so into JBL when I must have been in school, but I loved it. He was just that ultimate heel.
I'm sorry.
The cabinet.
Sorry, Ray, but I'm gonna go a high meh.
Yeah, same.
At the end of the day, he went from being a lower mid card tag champ.
Yeah.
Cutting his hair, putting a cowboy hat on, and coming back and winning the title.
Yeah.
He was his real. He was the real him. Stock Market John.
Yeah, meh.
Obviously,
move on.
When we looked at this initially and built it out, we had Jeff Hardy. So, I'm going to go off his titles.
I thought you were going to go bad then. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to say
personal issues aside, Ash. I'm not putting it awful.
Meh.
No, it'd be meh. It'd be between meh. What's the middle thing we're calling it now?
More meh, but not as
more
bad.
Meh, yeah. Yeah, because I can't. There's not been much of his reigns when they were there. More meh.
Next up is the first ever undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The Wizard, Chris Jericho.
I would go great.
Yeah, same. I thought he was a very good champion.
He's a wizard.
Especially the world title feud with Shawn in 2007/2008. That was
Even but they the triple threat win as well, and his run in WWE at the start was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, in WWE, he's been I can't great. Like I don't think he can be legendary because I don't think he's that up there with title ways. But great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gender awful.
Awful. Didn't do anything.
Legendary.
Didn't achieve anything.
The Indian market boomed. I disagree.
It really didn't.
No.
The Indian market were really upset he was being portrayed as a heel.
Awful. Awful then. Awful. That's my only argument.
Don't hinder gender.
Oh, I'm back up to meh now when I said that.
So we've not many left to go. Thankfully. Next up is the Big Red Machine Kane.
I'd actually go meh.
I'm tempted to go meh as well. As character and his legacy and everything. Not so much agreeing with his politics post wrestling,
No.
but we'll not go there.
No,
But as a champion, didn't actually do much.
no.
Yeah, needle mover isn't there. Yeah, I'll go Mare as well.
Kali, more meh, but not
Awful.
as bad. I wouldn't go
Awful.
awful because he did bring in the Indian audience.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I was joking. Awful. It's not a good reign. Didn't have a legacy that I would class as he's known as the big guy. His legacy is just because he's a big guy. It wasn't his actual.
Smooth, you have deciding vote here.
Yeah, I'd say awful. Sorry, mate.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Come to the bin, Carly.
Mate, it's like one of the things he's remembered for is the Carly kiss cam. It's just instant no.
And having no knees.
Yeah. Next up is again WWE reigns only. King Booker.
I
T.
like King Booker.
Yeah, King Booker was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
It was
Yeah.
pretty much one reign. No, he came in as WCW champ, so I'm counting that reign as well.
Yeah.
I would go good because he was entertaining throughout both reigns.
Yeah.
Between his feuds with Rock and Stone Cold when the invasion first kicked off. The King Booker reign on SmackDown was excellent.
Yeah.
I
I always remember the fight in the grocery store with Austin.
Oh yes.
Still one of the best things.
When the moon hits your eye like a. I'm drinking a beer as I'm singing that as well.
Next up, Kofi. I'm tempted to just slap him right next to Big E and Meh.
Oh yeah, that was a marinus. That is the
Great
story
moment.
behind it. Yeah.
Great moment winning the title.
Yeah.
But 8 seconds.
Yeah.
The Meh team.
Yeah. It's another one of them. It's justified.
Kurt Angle, are we going great or legendary?
Great. Yeah, you go.
I don't think it was enough to be legendary.
No, I can't put
Yeah.
him on the same as Salmantina, Hogan, and Hart.
Yeah. That's the only thing keeping him off that level for me.
Yeah.
As much as I would put him on my Mount Rushmore, as a WWE champion specifically, didn't move the needle enough to really be considered legendary,
No.
but absolutely one of the greats.
I enjoyed his title runs more in TNA, I'm going to be honest as well, which sounds bad.
I'm in agreement. Like his feud with Joe in
Yeah.
2006 was incredible.
And it's
Yeah.
insane to think he was in TNA longer than he was in WWE.
Yeah. 7 years in TNA and 6 years in WWE. Next up, we have Big Bob, Bobby Lashley. I'm gonna go.
I'll go good.
Yeah, I'm thinking good
I didn't mind a Lashley run.
because he was very dominant as champ.
He's on the same wave as Drew for me, except Drew's going to push forward, whereas Lashley's going to stay in the good. That's why he's never going past that.
In fact, his inability to cut a promo up and down.
Nah, that's not his legacy. Leave him alone.
Aye. Foley, I would put as great, not particularly as a champion, but his legacy as a human being.
His legacy's up there. The moment was spectacular.
Yeah.
Tenure's not great. I'm sure his tenure isn't great with it. And
I'll put butts in seats. It did.
if you're going with needle mover, that's a massive needle mover.
Exactly.
That
That bumps him up for me alone to great.
was. Yeah.
With Tony's immortal line, that'll put butts in seats. And it did.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Next up we have The Miz.
Good.
I'm more meh, but not as bad.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I would put him in awesome.
As a champion,
Doesn't move the needle. He doesn't know, does he? I mean, he main evented
Or
one
how
of the
about this?
biggest WrestleManias ever.
I move Christian down to more meh, but not as bad.
Yeah, I can accept that.
And put Miz at meh.
But if we're doing that, then I'd put Ambrose at more meh as well. If we're going to put Miz there, because Miz had a better title run legacy than Ambrose in WWE.
Right. Okay. I'm okay with that.
Unless Froz wants to disagree with her.
No, go for it.
Excellent. Now Andre Legendary. This is my tactic. I'm going to move him all the way down to put him back up.
Randall Keith Orton.
Great.
Yeah, he's never been the guy.
No.
So
Yeah, he's always been. Yeah.
You can't.
He's not like a Cena or an Austin or something that carries the company on its back.
Yeah. And his conduct outside the ring for several years.
He's always been better as the challenger, like going as the heel challenger, going against the after the minor games when he was actually champion. The reigns weren't fantastic. But he's a great, like, he's tenure, the legacy. I wouldn't say needle move, though.
Yeah, so I'll put him great.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens. I love the guy to bits. One of my favourites, but meh.
I would go more meh.
I'd have said good.
Oh.
We'll meet in the middle then. We'll go meh.
Yeah, it probably would make sense, yeah.
Sorry, I'm going through these last ones a bit quick here, but I'll fire through. Larry Zbyszko.
Good. I don't like. He was like Bruno's. Larry Zbyszko, Bruno's protege, weren't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about his reigns. I'm just gonna have a quick Google, not Google thingy, just have a quick gander. But I would put good instantly because he's got a legacy.
Yeah.
Where's his title?
I don't know enough about him to have an informed opinion, so I'm happy to go with.
I can't even see his title reign. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry.
I've heard him talked about, like I said, with the last one we did this with, but I don't know enough about him to have that sort of opinion.
What me wondering now is that Zbyszko?
Yeah, he's not won a WWE at all.
Can't remember who's in that picture now.
I'm going to slam through people. There's Buddy Rod. Pedro Morales. Is that Pedro Morales?
Pedro Morales.
Yeah.
It's a really small, like, you know what photos from the 70s are like?
Yeah, Pedro Morales has a really long reign. His legacy's not that major. Like, people heard him, but he's not that. Oh, we put him good.
Yeah. Chick Magnet Punk. I'm tempted to go great.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was trying not to push towards great, but I was going in my head. I was going, it's definitely great, but like, especially the Cena.
414 days after 2000. Yeah. I know Reigns has eclipsed it now, but.
And Needle Mover, if you're going that whole thing with the money when he the Cena versus him when he left him the title and that's such a good match.
Yeah.
Yep, great.
Yeah, great, definitely.
Rey Mysterio.
Meh. Oh, meh.
Right.
The moment was great. The reign was meh.
Right, I'm putting him in meh, but I'm dropping Sheiky Baby down to more meh. Sorry, Sheik.
Yeah, if you're going to go there, it's 28 days.
The Rock, legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he moved the needle, like...
Yeah, if you're going to move Needle Legacy, he pretty much gets in legendary, I think, but...
Yeah.
I've just realised, for some reason, the Roman Reigns picture isn't on here.
Yeah, I'm just checking, because at the end, I'm just going to skim through these just to see if we've missed anyone.
The Roman Reigns picture's missing. Roman Reigns would go in great anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not putting anyone who's still actively wrestling in legendary. Just throwing that out there.
The legacy's not done though, is it? So
yeah, he's definitely great though. This reign alone.
Yeah.
Robert Van Damnation.
More meh to meh? I couldn't even. More meh.
I am tempted to go awful, like
Yeah.
based on the championship reign and how and why.
I
Yeah.
can't even remember it.
It got done with drug possession with Sabu the night he won the title.
Oh, yeah. And he lost it to Edge, didn't he? If I remember.
And it kills me to do this because I love Rob Van Dam to bits. But, sorry, Robert.
The run was
We're
awful.
talking about championship runs. Macho Man Randy Savage.
I would go good.
Yeah, I'd say good.
Good.
Yeah.
Legacy though, like if you're saying that the Macho Man doesn't mean as much to the WWF title as Mankind, Orton, Jericho.
Legacy's there, but the tenure wasn't there, and he didn't really move the needle for me.
No.
Okay, but I'm putting him a high good.
Yeah, no, I can accept that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't have argued if you'd have really wanted him in great, but just from personal opinion, I thought there's definitely been better.
Seth Rollins,
Good.
good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Push it to great.
Yeah, I think by the time he retires, it'll be great.
Yeah. I think he might even push legendary.
Yeah.
He might. He is that good.
When he wins the AEW title in 10 years' time.
Someone that won't be pushing for legendary status. Sheamus. More meh.
More meh.
More meh. Yeah, more meh. Yeah, I'm happy to go there. I was trying to think how to argue, but it wasn't happening.
Whenever he wasn't playing softball, we had Psycho Sid.
Big Zid. I would go
More meh again.
more meh. Yeah, I couldn't put him in awful. It wasn't terrible, but like, and he's got a legacy.
He was there purely to put over Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter. I'm thinking awful.
If
Yeah.
I
It
couldn't
was
hear
a
any of that.
terrible like gimmick.
Yeah.
What was that?
Really
Sorry,
toned deaf.
Oh, he kind of froze. Was that Sergeant Slaughter?
Sergeant Slaughter, yeah.
Where I would put more meh. Maybe awful.
I'd say awful.
So what
He follows me on Twitter though. So.
What I'm gonna do
Doesn't anymore.
here with me is I don't recognise that picture and I can't remember who it is.
Is it Stan Stasiak?
Stan Stasiak, yes.
Oh! Meh. No, meh. No more meh. He had the title for 9 days.
I'm happy to go with rate.
More meh, maybe awful. He had it for 9 days. He doesn't have a legacy that I know. It could be an awful.
AJ.
Good.
Yeah, good.
The legacy's there, but like,
His matches when he was champion were good. He didn't have bad matches. And like you said, his legacy's there. Needle mover, maybe. I think it's difficult to move a needle.
yeah. And plus, I think it's below Orton and people like that. If we're going down that road.
Yeah. But he's a stand-up guy, so.
Jack Swagger. Awful.
Awful.
Undertaker. Legendary.
Yep.
Yeah.
His reigns were never that long, though.
No, but I think his legacy pushes stupidly.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate legacy, isn't he? So it's kind of. I would put him top of great legendary, so legendary you'd have to go, yeah.
Yeah, but I just think in terms of the reign length, it wasn't really there.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the Undertaker, you'd probably say great.
Toll was, I don't know if you classed him moved the needle either, but yeah, he's the Undertaker.
The next one, 8-year-old RGX would say legendary, but realistically, Ultimate Warrior, meh.
Meh, yeah, he's not. It weren't meh or awful because he even moved the needle a slight bit, and there is. Oh, everyone remembers the Ultimate Warrior.
Horrible human though, so actually more meh.
No, I've got to go meh.
I'll keep it meh.
That's
But,
the noise.
and this is coming from someone with an Ultimate Warrior tattoo. Like before I found out about all that stuff. But,
Yeah, my brothers would fight for me to put him in meh, so
Yokozuna, I'm tempted to go good.
first round was very bad because it was a second. But yeah, I would go good. Yeah, the legacy's there. He wouldn't say move the needle either, but like he had good storylines.
Yeah, it was good. I'm happy.
And because it's so full, my formatting is now gone. But obviously, Dolph Ziggler is the last one I have here. If I've missed anyone, Rate will check for us, but I am going to go more meh, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two that are blown. One's blown my mind that's not on this list is Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. There's some of the images have disappeared.
That's the one I was waiting for because I'm a mark for Shawn Michaels, so I will fight Legendary to the end.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels is absolutely legendary. I don't know what's happened. That there's some of the images have disappeared since I was last in it.
No worries, so I'm just going to have a quick spam. Vince McMahon won it at some point, didn't I? I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
But I would class it as awful.
I had that in the original list as well.
I don't think there's anything. Bray, we've done. Vacant had a good run.
Vacant's still active on Twitter.
Vacant's the man. Batista.
Yeah, and he was in there. I don't know why that's not showing. Batista. Good.
Yeah, Batista. Yeah, I'd go good.
I don't think if there's anyone off the top of my head.
I'm just skimming through the list now. I'll inform you if anyone pops up. I think that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna. Vince McMahon was pretty awful because it was like 6 days and he just won it because it was banter. I don't think there's anyone else unless we're going proper old school now. Because Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Randy Savage, The Undertaker, Slaughter, Savage, Giants, Stan State. No, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so there's 3 we missed off the list technically.
3 huge ones.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels would have made me sad if we skipped past it.
So you know for a fact that it's not because I forgot them. But
I accept your failures.
There's been some sort of bull squattery going on that's caused that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we've discussed them though. So Shawn Michaels will go legendary 100%.
Yeah, Shawn legendary.
Awful.
And Roman Reigns, great. Batista, good.
Yeah. You can just kind of Photoshop them in, I'm assuming, at the end.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just add the photos back in. And then I'll share it out. But yeah. It's a bit of a long one. The next ones will be a lot quicker. With next week's being title belt designs.
Nice.
So it's across the three major promotions: AEW, WWE, and WCW.
Yeah,
there will be
send them in advance.
Though there will be honourable mentions of other belts from the likes of TNA and stuff. I'm not including every TNA and Impact title. I'm not including every Ring of Honor title. But I will give honourable mentions to ones that are particularly beautiful or particularly horrible.
Yeah.
Which means Jeff Hardy's going to feature in 2 in a row. Spoiler. But yeah, that's our show, everyone. So just a little reminder to y'all. Please give a like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube jazz. Remember and follow us on our Twitter, which is @honor_club. And that's honor with a U because we are British. And yeah, do you guys have anything to add?
No, I'm all good, but we are having a special guest on Thursday.
That is right. Do we tell the people who it is or let them
no, we'll let them stew. They can guess. They can guess if they want to, but we will have a special guest with us on Thursday for the review show.
And the guests are going to be coming in thick and fast soon, guys.
Yes, they will.
They are being lined up. So,
Ricochet.
not Ricochet.
I really want it to be Ricochet now.
So, yeah, that is our show, everyone. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Thursday for the Wrestling Review podcast. Take care,
See you
everyone.
later, guys.
See you!